Hey guys, it's Julie from PaleOMG, and today we are making loaded Instant Pot Barbacoa tacos. So we're going to start off with is our Instant Pot, obviously. What you're gonna do is press the saute button, and this is going to sear our chuck roast. I have a 2-pound chuck roast here, and I'm just gonna salt both sides and add a little ghee to my Instant Pot. I'm using 4th and Heart ghee. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. So once I have the ghee in the basin of the Instant Pot, it's gonna start to melt a little bit. We're gonna get salt on one side of this chuck roast. So just thoroughly salt it, and then we're gonna sear this chuck roast on both sides, and that's gonna take about 5 to 6 minutes per sides to really lock in all the juices before we start cooking it. So you can hear that Instant Pot is ready. Now let's sear this chuck roast. Now we're gonna chop up some vegetables. I have 1 yellow onion, and then I have 6 garlic cloves. And we're just gonna mince up both and just throw it in the pot. And this chop of the onion can be a real rough chop. It's gonna really melt down and get incorporated into the meat, so it really doesn't matter how you chop it. I have 6 garlic cloves. I'm just gonna get the skin off and then just roughly chop these as well. So before I flip this chuck roast, I'm gonna add a little bit more salt because I haven't salted the other side yet. And this is the harder part. It's gonna take a little bit of maneuvering. Really hard here. So another 5 to 6 minutes there, and then we're gonna add all the rest of the ingredients, and it's gonna cook for about 90 minutes. Once you've cooked your chuck roast on the other side for about 5 to 6 minutes and you've seared it off, then you're gonna press the cancel button, and so we can add all the rest of the ingredients. So in the pot goes the onion and garlic, and you can just throw it in. Then we have a cup of bone broth. Then I have a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of cumin, and I'm gonna add 3 bay leaves. I'll take these out after it's done cooking. And then I have 2 chipotle peppers that are in adobo sauce. Just tone it down with these, only use 1, but I'm gonna chop these up and then add a little bit of sauce as well. And 1 tablespoon of the adobo sauce. Then last up, just gotta add a little bit more salt. Just a pinch. You already salted that meat, but make sure we get a little bit more in there, and that's it. So now we just have to seal off our Instant Pot, and then you're gonna press the little tab here to sealing, so it's sealed up. You're gonna press manual and the up button until it hits 90, and that's gonna cook for 90 minutes until the meat is super tender and falling apart. So once the timer goes off, you're gonna press the cancel button, and then we're gonna do a quick release. So all I'm gonna do is just press this little knob, let the air come out. So once the pressure has totally released, this little pressure valve, this little silver button will drop down, and that's how you know it's safe to open your Instant Pot. Now this meat is going to be super tender. You really don't even need to take it out. So I'm gonna rip this meat apart, then we are gonna do the second cooking process. So you gotta remember, you wanna take out those bay leaves because you don't wanna crunch into one of these leaves, and all that flavor has already been cooked out. Now we gotta add all the rest of the ingredients, and it's gonna make this barbacoa just pop. So I have 8 ounces of green chilies. These are the mild green chilies. And then I'm gonna add 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And now for my spices. First up, chili powder. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of chili powder. We're gonna do a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then last but not least, we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And like always, we're gonna add a little bit more salt and a little bit of black pepper. Now I wanna mix this all together, and then we're gonna cook this for 30 minutes. And you'll keep the lid off this time around because we want this mixture to reduce down and get really thick instead of the watery sauce that we have at the moment. So our barbacoa has reduced down for about 30 minutes, and you can see it is thick and it's reduced down almost by half. I'm gonna chop up some ingredients that's gonna go on top of my tacos. So I have a little bit of onion, just a little fresh pop of flavor. You wanna really finely mince that because who wants a big chunk of onion? And then I have an avocado. So I'm just gonna chop this. Nothing crazy. You can do slices, you can do dices, whatever you wanna do. And last but not least, our tacos. So these Siete Foods Cassava and coconut tortillas are my absolute favorite. So just to heat these through, to soften them up, I like to put them over an open flame. It really only needs 10-15 seconds per side, and that's gonna soften the tortilla and so it doesn't break on you when you're eating it. So first on this taco, I'm gonna load it with a little bit of this Primal Kitchen avocado chipotle lime mayo. And this will cool that meat down just a little bit, but it has some kick to it. Gosh, I just love spice, I guess. Next, our barbacoa. We wanna do some onions on top, some avocado, and then every taco should always be topped with cilantro and lime. So I have a lime here. Let's just cut a wedge, and then some cilantro. And there we have it, our loaded Instant Pot barbacoa tacos. So if you want this full recipe and you want many other taco recipes, just go to PaleOMG.com and you can get them all there.